In part 1, we looked at the different parts of a letter, the different formats of a letter, and some acceptable and ethical communication principles to consider when letter writing. In his book, Success in Communication, Sellars says every letter communicates two messages: the information in the letter itself and signals about the writer. It's important for us to at least know how to write for professional and career purposes. We identified about 9 items that can be included in a letter. I just want to add some common ones that we didn't mention in the previous discussion. And these are: you can include your telephone number in your letter. You can also have a section where it shows our reference and your reference, that is, if communication is a response to an earlier message. You can also indicate the receiver's position and also your position as the sender. A job application or a cover letter is a personal letter to a potential employer, which is mailed along with a copy of your resume or CV. We will look at CVs later on. The objective of this letter is to convince the reader that you are the best candidate and you should be invited for a job interview. Now, there are different types of cover letters depending on the stage you are in terms of experience. So for a novice, a recent graduate, or maybe you want to switch fields, you have little or no job experience. So as a beginner, it's better to say what you can and will do for the employer rather than what you have done because of your limited experience. And your style or tone here should be formal and use the active voice. The structure of your job application or cover letter should take care of the following points. First of all, identify the position you are applying for as advertised. Present all relevant education, qualifications, experience if any, and credentials that you bring to the table. The last part of your letter should ask for an actual interview. So you can choose to write your letter using the block format, the modified format, or the semi-block format. Whichever method or format you choose, be consistent, don't mix the methods. The next type of letter is the letter of complaint. The whole idea of a complaint letter is to state your grievance or dissatisfaction with a product or a service that you bought or received. So in your letter, it is important that first of all, you identify the details related to the product or service, and then you indicate what the problem is, and then what sort of action you are seeking from the company or the service provider. The response to the complaint letter is usually called the adjustment letter, where the company or the service provider responds to your complaint, stating how they are going to redress or attend to the problem. Again, you can choose any format, the fully blocked format, the modified format, or the semi-blocked format. The letter of inquiry is a letter you write to another organization inquiring about their goods and services. Such a letter should be brief but also include a detailed reference to the kind of information that you require. so that all the information in your request is satisfied to the fullest. At the end of your letter, you should be grateful if they would kindly send you the details that you are requesting or the information that you need in order to move in a certain direction. Another type of letter that you will be required to write in your career or professional growth is what is called the transmittal letter. A transmittal letter accompanies a longer or lengthier document. So if you are sending a research report, a financial report, or a book proposal to a potential publisher or manager, you need to accompany that document with a transmittal letter. A transmittal letter states what is being sent and the purpose for sending it. It is brief. It tells how the report or proposal or the document should be read, how it should be understood, and how it should be used. And sometimes a transmittal letter may request for feedback. So these are just some of the most common letters that you should learn to write.